Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live again today on one of my favorite games, one of my nemesis titles. I don't know why it looks easier than it is. Jurassic Park Pinball by Stern. And today's goal will be to kind of master some of the harder, more important shots, like getting into the control room with consistency from the right flipper, remembering to move the Jeep out of the way so we can snipe that missile shot, and trying to find out the best way to hit the O for chaos. So, today's goal will be to achieve a GC score. That is my goal today. I'm going to push a little bit harder. So what else? Shout out to Ball Baron. Ball Baron, I've talked about a number of times on the channel before. Ball Baron makes the best pinballs. If you're looking to upgrade your balls from those rough octagon shaped balls that come with your machine or came with your used machine, I recommend checking out Ball Baron. I use Ninja and Polaris balls, and the best way to get them is to buy direct, veteran-owned company. So yeah, check out Ball Baron. You guys have heard me talk about them on the channel before, so check it out. And what's up, Busta Chops? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you, my friend. Pinball Rose is homesick again from school today for unknown reasons. She probably had a test or something. I don't know. That's why I used to miss school. But waiting for the stream to spin up. I'm gonna click my buttons as I do at the beginning. Hope everyone has, at least a mildly enjoyable day ahead of them. The weather has been very Pacific Northwesty here for me. It tried to snow yesterday. It was like snow edging. It came, put a bit on the car, then melted. But anyways, hope everyone has a day with little amounts of drama and trauma, and you can maybe find a pinball machine in your vicinity or whatever. Okay. So I talked briefly about my strategy today. My strategy today in general, after being in this tournament the other day, is to kind of pace myself better, especially in the bottom third, not being so on the fly, not being so reactive. I tried telling my wife she shouldn't be so reactive, and she reacted. But I signed that contract, and it's not up for renewal. Or is it? It's not. Yes, Busta Chop. Alien Star. That's a good one. So on the V pin, in the pinball tournament, there's a guy named Emerald. His YouTube channel is called The Way of the Wrench. And so he is primarily a V-pin player, but he does pretty well in our local tournament scene because he practices a ton at home on his V-pin. He's a shop teacher that does, he rebuilds and, works on pinball machines in the shop at the school. I'm like, So he's got a cool studio stuff. What's up, Jeff from Dirty Pool? Jeff, I didn't know that you had done an interview with Abe Flips. I had just finished watching Abe Flips finally released the Abe Flips finally released the feature-length pinball training video. I thought it was never going to come out because it's been kind of baking in the oven for a couple of years. But so on Jeff's stream yesterday, I'm like, oh, did you have to pay for your key? Because I had just heard that a few like content creators had got theirs for free. I'm like, I bought mine. But of course, if you had interviewed him, you would get one. So anyways, I do recommend that Abe Flips training, seminar video. It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I watched it on the airplane and almost everything I was like, I'm learning something. It's going to be my new default like thing to play, in the background. I know, I figured as much. Actually, I'd be completely honest. I hadn't known you had done Jeff, I hadn't known you had done an interview. I love your interviews. You're raw, you're normal, it seems very personal. So anyways, good work, my friend. Today, I'm going to be playing through a little bit of Jurassic Park. Yesterday, I did get a pretty high score, but I want to try to do it with a little bit more comfort. I felt like I was a little bit yeah, no, that's good, Jeff. You're a real human being, and I think most people are, but there's one or two that are clearly, acting an act, and you're not that guy. You probably know what I'm talking about.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. What a well-timed call out. One sec. So this Jurassic Park copy that I have, it was just made in, 6 months ago or something, but it's like they grabbed the dongle from way back in time. Like it's Wi-Fi dongle. I have it hanging out of the top of the machine and it still doesn't connect to my Wi-Fi. So I have to use, I've got good Wi-Fi in my house, but it's not 2.4G enough for it. So I have my travel 5G router that this machine has to connect to. It's a little bit jank just to play it. So the Insider Connected works. Yeah. So do you, well, anyways, I'll message you offline.
You think that kind of automation is easy?
There we go. It worked this time. Yeah. I think I did a search on this recently. I was about to order one, but yeah. I'm going to try to not get a copyright warning playing this one today. Yesterday I missed one and it got flagged. So. What's up, Doc Imagineer? Yeah. I'm gonna try to fully avoid any copyright flags today, but
map complete. Shoot the left ramp. The truck changes your path. Pushing T, move in.
We were talking yesterday a little bit about the flat flippers that Ellen designs into his games and whether or not people should cheat and make them a little more controllable by tipping them
A
up.
virus has taken over the system.
I'm not a fan of that approach, but I've been hearing more and more people that do it, or when they change to the precision flippers, they do it to make it a bit easier. I'm not really into that. But I am absolutely a proponent of fun pinball, especially if people struggle with a game. You know, in the beginning, set your settings easier and then make them a little harder over time. I heard a friend talking recently about how they sold a game because it was too hard, and I'm like, well, did you adjust to the settings to make it easy for a while and then make them harder again? And they said they don't go in the menu. I'm like, whoa.
We need to rescue the employee. Galamim is captured. Mr. DNA. Feed T-Rex. Shoot the T-Rex.
All right, we got him right where we want him. Sub 10 million. Oh, I don't know. Not where ball 2 should be, but, you know, warm-up game, right? Warm-up.
Systems ready.
Do some virus attacking.
Nedger screwed up the entire system. Shoot white arrows to spell math. Testing the fence for weaknesses. Access security.
But that little backhand into the control room is something that has been inconsistent for me. So it's nice when it actually works. I think you need to give it a bit of a nudge for some gusto too. It's okay. Busted chops, you mean my poor acting? What's up, Geedra, as well? I'm trying to just play any type of music over the licensed music so I can avoid a copyright warning in case you wonder why I'm quick to play the music today. What's up, Pat from Belgium? It's 5 p.m. where you are. It is 9 a.m. Pacific time where I am. But yeah, nice to have you in the stream for your dinner time delight. All right. Yesterday I had a lot of good luck looping my skill shots. Today there's other things in mind, I guess.
The truck changes your path.
Light escape and then use escape.
Loading team, step away. Control to any park staff. Please come in. The field staff are stuck in the paddocks. We've lost control of the park.
This is Nedry's doing.
The voice I like, am I right, Buster Chops?
To get the field staff out.
You imagine being the guy that they're like, no, you do Samuel L. Jackson. Ah.
Shoot the set trap target. Raise the gate.
I know.
Raptor captured. A staff member is in peril. Hurry!
That was a bad read. Bad read on the ball, like it's coming down on Jaws. Walk, yeah. Alright.
I'm not hanging dilly-dally in the outlane.
I think I need to pitch this a little steeper. Oh, it's just too floaty. It's not settling on the rubbers. 4 weeks later.
Brachiosaurus captured. Shoot white arrows to spell map.
Control room ready.
Hold on to your butts.
Oh man, that would right there. You're right, Busted Chops. As soon as he hold on to your butts, that was like the classic moment of that movie. What's up, Johnny Button?
Virus attack.
What did Nedry do to this system?
No worries, my friend. Just doing Jurassic Park stuff.
Hey.
Jurassic Park is one of the games where I'm aware that I push the buttons too hard. I don't know why it is. Jaws and Jurassic Park.
Remarkable! Supply drop inbound.
Oh my goodness. Well, the next game is the one. Meta Nightman. Okay, this is good. We wanted a hot take in between games here. Well, it's muted. So Meta Nightman played some games of Pokemon yesterday. Any other thoughts on the game? They definitely felt the left orbit feed a couple of times. All around a fun game to play. So was your version, did you play it in a tournament, or did they just have it set up to free play or to play? Johnny Button, you can record your voice for this stream. The only opening we have right now is, can I get a hiya? That's the only one that we would have you record. Unmute and play with some shiny balls.
Get back in there. The truck changes your path. T-Rex. Shoot the T-Rex.
A reject on the T-Rex's mouth.
Great job. Supply drop retreat.
P4P 1980 rated with 3 viewers.
Thank you for the raid, my friend.
DNA collected.
Pushing D. Move in.
So this morning I was basically standing at the rig, working in Streamlabs, trying to create some scenes, adding a logo for Ball Baron to the stream as well. And I was probably standing here for 45 minutes. I swear that's where all my like attention and energy went. Because yesterday morning, I hopped on the game. I had some awesome games. I got to get back in that groove, find the groove. But so Meta Nightman talking about Pokemon, what was the general vibe in the room? did people think that the game was easy? I feel like it was, people like to say it was easy, but they were really trying their asses off. So the game to my left, I didn't get a I did not get a Pokemon yet. I may get in on the second run. I'm unsure. Basically, it will never be sold out. The first run kind of sold out to dealers, but you can get your hands on one. But basically I'm gonna turn that down in your ears a bit. I see there being a huge opportunity for companies to make pinball more like the 90s. Like the game sitting next to me is Terminator 2. It has 2 ramps that you can hit all day long. Why do ramps have to be so fucking hard? Like, honestly, why do the ramps that are so critical to games have to be so hard these days? I mean, Pokemon comes out, they probably made it an 1/8 of an inch wider, and it's like now all of a sudden an easy game for children. I don't know, the games back when I used to play as a teenager in my 20s and stuff, you could hit the ramps. Now it's like exciting because you hit a ramp. So I don't know, I think there was a point where pinball got too hard and maybe accidentally kind of cut off its nose to spite its face, like whatever. I think that Pokemon will be a good test of making games approachable to non-professional players again. Yeah, and I mean, Rockhound, I don't think that's a bad thing. Rockhound says it'll not be a popular tournament game. It'll be designed to introduce more to the sport. Yeah, I mean, some games just flat out aren't or shouldn't be designed for the tournament scene. For example, Dungeons and Dragons has a whole other purpose. Like Dungeons and Dragons is meant for you to be playing in a dark room at home, grinding away because you are so into that theme and the story and you want to be part of it. I could not even see that being played in a tournament. Pokemon may be the same way. I do believe that it can be set up to be played hard though. I do believe you can set Pokemon up. You just, you know, open up the out lanes, make it steep. I don't know. I think it's doable. I think it's doable. You can always change the rules, pull all the ball saves out. It can be done. Yeah, like T4K. Like, I absolutely believe there's a need to make people want to play pinball that are novice players. So I'm like some people that have games in their house. People will walk up to some of my machines and, you know, they'll just get destroyed. And my games are set pretty easy, medium to easy. All the ball saves turned on. I think there's definitely an opportunity. So Stranger Things was that game for me before. Like, at least, yeah, some of the shots are challenging, but, you know, that big wide open target in the middle, it was that game before. And if I wanted to step up to it and have some challenge, I could play through the game more. But the rule sheets need to quit being like so deep. I mean, I guess the target market though, people at home that want to play a game for years and not get through it and find new things. Like, I bet you I'll be playing Jurassic Park in 5 years and be discovering new things if my skill keeps progressing, because I still haven't got to Escape Nublar. I've only had this one for a couple months, but still, you know.
We've been hacked. I've lost control of the system. Electric trucks, fences, phones, it's the whole park.
And to be completely honest, I probably would have bought Pokemon if my daughter or wife was remotely interested. I was sort of hoping that they would be like, yeah, that sounds cool. Neither of them were into it at all. So I think I'll still get it though eventually. But I'm kind of want to see what the next releases are from different companies. Financially though, I'm stretched. I bought a Beetlejuice and a Winchester. One of them's paid in full. Neither of them are here. So that's part of the reason why reality is a thing. There's no such thing as a discount in pinball, no matter who you are.
Control room ready.
Well, Meta Knight, man, I mean, if you live in a city that is large enough to have at least one or two good locations, location play is the way to go. You know, put on your headphones. You don't need to be social. Just go and play the games. Where I am, a new spot just opened up. I hit start too quick. Trying to music over the music so I don't get a copyright warning. If you're in a city that has at least a couple arcades, you got to admit, location play is the way to go. Yeah. So I'm doing 2 Pokemon launch parties. I'm doing a Pokemon launch party at Industry Arcade and another one that's yet to be confirmed, but 99% I'll be doing a Pokemon launch party tournament at 2 different places. And so yeah, you are right. It will be everywhere. Yeah, I think, you know, if your locations set your games up too hard, you should mention it either like in a Google review or just tell someone there. I was at a place recently, I'm like, really? Like the outlane posts were completely gone, like no ball saves. And I'm like, a pretty good player. I was like, this is not fun. Of course, I didn't say anything. I didn't tell anybody. I find sometimes what places will do too is they'll have league night. They'll have their games set up for their leagues and they won't change them after. Some places, they have to do that. Think of a massive arcade, but when we did this tournament at Industry Arcade, we changed all the machines in the tournament to be tournament ready, removed the ball saves, removed a lot of things that made the game easy. But then after we changed it back because they rent the place out for birthday parties. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be easier. So. Second or fifth time that's happened, but This is abysmal today. Oh my goodness. This is one thing I don't understand, like the psychology or physiology. Yesterday, I played Jurassic Park, and right off the bat, my scores were enormous. What was different? What are lightning flippers? I don't know if I've heard of those.
Something's wrong with the clock systems.
It's possible, Doc. It's possible, but I woke up in like a great mood. I was really excited to play. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. I know. That's the thing. Maybe I need to refill my massive coffee. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to refill my coffee. We're doing things. We're doing things. We're okay. We're back. All right. I'm determined to have a session of Jurassic Park without getting a copyright warning. So in between games, I have to throw on something, some sort of music, but okay. Fucker.
I think that's the business.
All right, just checking out my browser source. Maybe between games, we'll talk a little bit about ball bearing.
Control to any park staff. Please come in. The field staff are stuck in the paddocks. We've lost control of the park.
This is Nedry's doing.
Imagine applying for a job at Jurassic Park.
Field staff out.
You're like, what are the benefits like? Well, medical, and you'll need it. No. Nedry was underappreciated. Probably that mid-level manager that didn't give him his good review.
Close call. Gotta go.
Even the T-Rex is like, well, it's Wednesday morning. Guess we're getting, let the volume turn down. Oops.
Supply truck inbound. Brachiosaurus captured.
I could literally never touch the plunger in this game. I tried to plunge yesterday and this one doesn't even hit the ball. I'll show you in a second. It like, oh, frick off.
Yeah. Yo. Blast clays on this rock.
Trying to get through the
Grown up adjacent.
music.
Snap dreams on the neon glow. Steel ball roll
Yeah,
where the
it's a-
legends go. Tilt the table, life a game show. Click clack boom, let the high score flow. Pinball hustle, bounce and grind.
Who is Hanson?
Still rewind. Lights are flashing, time unwinds. Stack that bonus, hit the climb. Pinball hustle,
hustle, bounce and grind. Grown up adjacent, still rewind. Lights are flashing, time unwinds. Stack that bonus, hit the climb. Pop bumpers, pop like the beat in my chest. Multiple frenzy, never take a rest. Nudge that edge, life's a pinball quest. Quarter in the slot now, give it your best. Yeah, ramps and spinners, life's no beginner. We flip it like pros, but we just sinners. Jackpot dreams, no rules, no winners. Grown up adjacent, we the pinball grinners. Pinball hustle,
Yes.
lights are flashing, time unwind. Stack that bonus, hit the climb. To the tribe, we still stay fly. Pinball wizards till the day we die. From the stream to the dream, watch that ball sky. Grown up adjacent, living life eye to eye. Yo, here we getting this trend in the pinball grinners. Out this way, crowd of this motherfucker. Jensen. Yeah.
There we go, John. Goodness. All right, let's get back at it.
Till the tribe, we still stay fly. Pinball wizards till the day we die. From the stream to the dream, watch the ball sky. Grown up adjacent, living life eye to eye.
You next Tuesday. What's up, Dustin Echo? Fucking I wonder if people change out to the black rubbers on this game.
This is Control. Can anyone hear us? A virus has taken over the system. This looks like Nedry's code. Why would Nedry do this?
Nedry.
Trap targets. Shoot the T-Rex. Yes, all right. This lit.
What is this reading you're speaking of, Dustin Echoes? Reading? You mean like AI? Is that on TikTok? All right.
Emotional damage.
I didn't even really notice that happening. Okay. Maybe it's because there's dust on the playfield. Dust and echoes. All right.
We've been hacked. I've lost control of the system. Electric trucks, fences, phones, the whole park.
Oof. Yeah. I keep like looking around. I'm like, what can I do to adjust this to make it better? There are a few things where, over here, there's a little adjustment I could make at the control room where the ball guide's sitting out too far. So if you tag the corner rather than going in, it would rattle. Bending that ball guide on the right too. Get a lot of rattles in that control room where I feel like I don't on location. My flipper bats need to be adjusted slightly too, especially on this side. Same with freaking Jaws. Jaws, like, do they not have like people that adjust them perfectly? Because this one's down 1/16 of an inch. A 1/16 of an inch on a flipper is a ton. These are my excuses for not having the game I had yesterday today. So. Also, the ball guide at there is way too far in, so I'll try to bend that out. there's a bunch of adjustments in each. I'm going to show you guys so you know what I'm saying. When I talk about adjusting ball guides, like this stuff is very subjective, but for me, these are the things when I'd have the lid off next, I'm going to adjust. This flipper is a little bit too saggy versus this one. It's not much, but if you look at the dot, it's off a bit. This little ball guide there, that metal rail piece, it shouldn't be gouging out that far. It should be back a little bit. And over here, the ball guide is too far in. So when the ball comes in, it bounces off the top of the flipper. These are little things, but you know, they are adjustments. And then straight there in the middle of the screen, that could be bent back a little bit too. These are little things that, you know, during setup, I always look at. And then over, my camera won't reach really well, but dead center, those two metal rails could be hiding behind the stand-up a little bit more. Again, these are just small things, but usually I do those little minor tweaks and adjustments right when I receive the game, but now I just use them as excuses for my mid-level Wednesday morning play. Yeah, Fall of the Empire had a bunch of spots like that. Did you, Dustin Echoes, Henry, did you get your Death Star fix yet? I've got mine, but I've heard it's a bit of surgery and I don't feel like, you know, dedicating 2 hours to really anything. Yeah, I think it's Scatter. Yeah. I gotta do it. I'm gonna do it. I just need to dedicate some time. I actually, so my daughter's sick right now. I'm like, I know I'm gonna get sick. I just know it. If I'm home from work sick, I have a lot of not deferred maintenance, but like maintenance to do on my machines. Like, I want to switch out some of my balls to my Ball Baron Ninjas. I want to do some cleaning, tweaking, but those little adjustments to the metal if you start to look for where those pieces of metal hang out into the middle of the, like, they can be really installed wrong. And those little adjustments, you won't notice it, but if you're missing every shot because it's tagging a rail that shouldn't be there, your scores aren't going to be where they need to be. And operators know how to make these adjustments. They'll loosen everything up, squeeze it in. Like those big sharp metal pieces, they shouldn't be anywhere where the ball can hit it. They should be hiding behind a metal post with a rubber on it. And so looking at this game, I've got one here, two there, one there, and that one's in too far. So, you know, again, I should have done it when, hold on. It's okay over there. Those little things, they can make, you know, make the games play better or play how they're supposed to, but anyways.
Great job.
I pushed start too fast. Get past that. Oh my goodness, I had the music muted anyway. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just out of sorts today. So your S shot is rejecting often. I think I remember there being possibly something in the owners forums about like people take the screws out. Sorry. There might have been something in the owners forums about taking the screws out of the bottom and just putting tape there. I don't know. You know when I think pin fatigue or pin-teague happens, Doc, is like I'll have a day where I just like blow up a machine. I have like the best score, the best game, the best feeling. It's like I put all of my, I don't know, adrenaline or dopamine or whatever it takes to make my brain into like that one game. And then it's like, oh, I'm spent. Gotta wait 30 minutes to go again.
Map complete. Shoot the left ramp. It's all right. I got you.
Yeah, deferred maintenance. If you've ever owned a house or a boat, that's the nice way of saying the owner didn't take care of his shit. This thing is a piece of crap because they don't know how to take care of stuff. Deferred maintenance.
Skill shot. The truck changes your path. Get big in there.
I think we're back in business.
Tasers on full charge.
Great job.
Gatekeeper. Raise the gate. Raptor lock. Control. We've lost comms with all paddocks. Something's wrong with the park system. They're all going down. I can't get this system back without Dennis Nedry. Let's T-Rex. Shoot the T-Rex. Jackpot. T-Rex multi-ball. Galamim is captured. Look out, above!
Control room ready.
The T-Rex encounter. Use action button to select award. 3, 2, 1. Missile away. Smart missile missed.
There are 6 staff in the paddock. We've got to save my people.
Shoot the set trap targets.
You're almost out of time!
Engine is dropping our special provisions. About time they sent us some help. Virus attack. Nedra screwed up the entire system.
Extra ball!
Gives me an extra ball when I literally want it to be over.
Access security grid.
DNA collected.
Shoot again!
Skill shot. Fantastic.
All right. That's all, folks. It's time. I'm setting my bullshit boundary this morning. You guys too have a great day. I will see you on the next stream.
Pinball dreams, yeah, they're calling me. Flippers snapping endlessly. Grown up adjacent, we're free to be lost in pinball dreams. Arcade glow and the chatter flows. Who's the champ? Nobody knows.
We're gonna raid over to Skullbox. We'll catch you guys on the next stream. Shout out to Nitro Pinball, Ball Baron, and Pinball Swag.
And trap it up nicely. Hey, grown up adjacent, welcome in. Thanks for the raid, buddy. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. We're just playing in some of the community tournaments right now. Let me show you guys the site so you can see it.